Hello. We spoke in your class about some of the challenges with behaviors and procedures and such. I just wanted to show you some tools that could help a little bit. One is this is called ChatGPT, chatopenai.com. And what I can do is I want to provide my students with positive reinforcement and also communicate with parents and maybe communicate. So I'm going to quickly write letters home to several different students, sharing the great stuff they're doing. So I might say, um, write a letter to the following students' parents as a teacher with the information provided. Right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the kid's name, Susie. I'll write Susie, and I'll write the things that I want to include about Susie are that she's um, helpful, she always helps others, and has a great attitude, right? And if I just put that, it'll generate an email about Susie. Okay, and it says school name, right? So I can say now, and I can do the next one is Jimmy um, makes the others laugh, tries very hard, great critical thinking, right? And I can say also, my name is Mrs. or actually, my name is Mr. Rock, and I teach at Mountaineer Middle, right? And I just press enter and it'll do it for Jimmy, right? And I can put Max is has been late 5 days in a row. He is very smart and can do great work. Um, let's see how we can get him on time. Right? And I just put that one sentence and it'll write a beautiful little email. Um, if I could say, um, Phil is a great kid who wants to do well. However, he continues to get out of his seat no matter how many times I ask him to stay seated. Right? I write one sentence about Phil, and it'll write a beautiful little letter, talking about that, and it even put some things that we all can do. Right? And I might, if I have some kids who are continually driving me crazy, I might say, create a, what do you call it? A um, behavior contract that outlines the acceptable and unacceptable behaviors in my class. Also, and notice that I don't even care about the spelling. It doesn't care. Also, list some positive rewards I can provide if he follows it, and some consequences for not following it. Right? And so we have this, and I can sit down with a student and at a meeting, and we can all fill this out together. Or this can be a class thing, and everyone in the class can fill it out. Trying to build community and talk about what the expectations are. I know you're using the point system, so we can say um, generate ideas for positive rewards for PBIS and meeting points goals I can do in my classroom. And they'll just give us some ideas. So that's one thing I'd love for you to explore with ChatGPT. Another thing we talked about was Freak the Mighty. And I believe you said you wanted to use some nonfiction text. So I can say, I tell it who I am as a teacher, generate some nonfiction texts, or not generate, but um, as a teacher, I want to pair nonfiction texts with the novel Freak the Mighty. What are some options, right? And it'll give me a variety of ideas of things I can do with Freak the Mighty. And then I can say, provide some specific articles that I can use. And you might want to pause it to read some of this, but I'll provide all of this to you. But it has articles that it found online that I can look for, right? I can copy and see if these are actually articles online. I'm pretty sure they are. If I copy that and go into my browser, I'm hoping that that's an article, or I can probably find an article that's similar. Now, it might be a little too complicated for them, um, right? This one's going to be too complicated, so I might have to look around. Um, but the key here is that these are a variety of articles, and I can say generate assignments, projects. I want to generate ideas for assignments, projects, and tasks I can give students with each of these, we'll say themes. Um, right? And then these are things I can ask students to do for those themes. And then if I want, I can ask it to make a rubric for me. So there's a lot you can do with this. Uh, and then, so yeah, some of these I see they're not really talking about the. Um, I don't like that they're not about the book. Revise. I could say revise these so that students have to um, analyze both the articles and cite evidence from the book. Inclusion. I see that. Very good. So you can play around with these. Um, if you're looking for nonfiction, you can use those links, or you can actually say, you can use this to write something for you if you want. Or just ask for article, or you can just Google articles on bullying and friendship um, on that theme. Or if you could type in here, create a newspaper. You can say list multiple newspaper articles about bullying and friendship. It's not going to search the internet, but it might come up with some ideas. See, that's not what we wanted. Um, but it's telling you what to search for. And if you take those articles and copy them in here, if they're too complicated, you can say, make this appropriate for a seventh grade reader, and it will do that for you. I hope this has been helpful. I know it's 10 minutes long, but I will send you the links and all of the stuff that you've seen here. You'll get a copy of that too. And we can talk about it more on my return.